This is ASET Academy, and we've been studying neuroscience. They're going to tell you what they have been learning about the brain. What's the technical word for the brain?
Cerebrum.
Cerebrum. What's the little brain called? I can't hear you.
Cerebellum.
What's the brain inside the brain called?
Midbrain.
What does the midbrain do?
It's the pathway to the big brain.
It's the pathway.
To the big brain.
That's actually not the pathway to the big brain. It's the pathway down the brainstem. So what's right underneath the midbrain? Pons. What's the pons do?
Helps you breathe.
How do we remember the pons? We go pons.
Makes your heart beat.
Very good. What's below the pons?
Medulla Oblongata.
Everybody, what is it?
Medulla Oblongata.
Very good. The medulla oblongata. What does that do?
It helps you do everything.
Everything. Name some things that it helps you do.
Heart.
Vomit. Move. Armpit. Heartbeat. All right. So what's external mean? Exit. What's internal mean? Enter. So the exit, the outside part of the brain, is broken up into 4 different lobes. What are the lobes?
Frontal, temporal, parietal, and occipital.
Good. What does the parietal lobe do?
It helps you memorize.
Point to it with both hands. How do we learn that? Good. What's the next one?
Parietal.
That is the parietal. What's the next one?
Frontal.
Frontal. Point to it. Good. What does it do?
Helps you move.
Good. What's the temporal do? Point to it. What does it do?
Helps you hear.
Good. Where's the occipital lobe? Good. What does it help you do? Help you see. Good. That's the external part. What's the internal part?
Inside the brain.
Inside the brain. It's called the limbic area. What's the limbic area do?
Helps.
Emotion. That's the emotional brain. Everybody say emotional brain.
Emotional brain.
All right. What are the senses? Name a sense, Jeremiah.
Taste.
Taste. Good.
Smell.
Good.
Sight.
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 See. Sight. Same thing.
Hear.
Hear. Taste. There's one more. I think we're missing, Corbin.
Feel.
Feel. Good. All right. Let's talk about a neuron. What is a neuron? A nerve cell. What do we call the things at the top? Dendrite. The center. What's in the center of the cell body? Nucleus. What's the axon sends the what? Myelin. And myelin is actually what? The message. What's at the bottom of the axon? The terminal. The synapses terminal sends out what?
Chemicals.
Good. That's one neuron. It sends the chemicals to what? Other neurons. And that's how the message is passed, right? Very good. Anything else that we've learned? What about sleep patterns?
In sleep patterns, you dream, like you may dream 4 or 3 dreams, and in one part you sleepwalk.
Very good. So you have different types of cycles, sleeping cycles. What's in REM?
REM is rapid eye movement.
So what's in REM?
Non-rapid.
Non-rapid eye movement. Those are the brain waves. We have about 4 or 5 different cycles that the brain waves go through, right? What does nocturnal mean? Diara.
Nocturnal means that when you sleep in the day and you see at night and stay up at night.
Good. What's insomnia?
It's when someone passes away and when you go to sleep, you can't really go to sleep because you have to remember them.
Very good. So like a sleeplessness that you get. Good when somebody passes away. What's apnea? Jayla.
When you can't breathe when you're sleeping.
You gotta speak up.
When you can't breathe when you're sleeping.
When you can't breathe when you're sleeping. What are some other disorders that they don't necessarily have to be with sleeping, but any other disorders that you learned?
ADHD.
ADHD. Trayla.
Bulimia.
Bulimia.
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia.
OCD.
OCD. What's OCD mean? What's that stand for? Did we learn what OCD stood for? Obsessive compulsive disorder. Yes.
I forgot what it's called, but it's there with time when you forget stuff. Like you forget, like if you had a grandma, an old one, like and you knock on the door, you won't remember. Like,
What is she talking about? Who knows? Do you remember what the word was?
She's talking about
Alzheimer's.
She's talking about that when if you had a grandma and you knocked on the door and you wouldn't remember her name.
Very good. Yes.
It's a little timer in your brain that says like when to wake up or take a nap.
Very good. There's an internal clock, right, that tells you when it's time to sleep. Yes. Anorexia. What are some things that will affect your sleep patterns? Drinking. Candy. Technology.
Candy makes you sick sometimes.
Candy does make you sick. Staying up. Exercise. Hot and cold. Movies. An illness, yes, will affect your sleep pattern. Jasmine. Light. Very good. Anything else? Anything else that pertains to the brain? Yes.
No, you can't go to sleep around noise.
Okay, good. Some people. Anything else?
Did we say technology?
Technology.
Like if you drink a lot of milk and no water.
Good.
If you like my sister's phone was doing a lot of noise and I couldn't sleep in because I took my sister's phone's on and she said don't touch it. I said
Okay, Corbin. Corbin. All right, very good. So, those are some of the things that we've learned about the brain. I can't remember everything we've learned, but we're glad to share with you. Everybody wave.